Warning, some of the things that you're going to see or hear in this video you may find upsetting. Viewer discretion is advised. 10 scary and gross things you should not Google. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Jumping in at number 10, and we have Ipass. So yes guys, we are starting straight in at the gross level. So Ipass is something that you really shouldn't Google unless you want to see photos of eyes with juicy pus bulging and leaking out of them. I stumbled across this while researching for this video, and guys, I'm not joking, this will 100% put you off your dinner. A lot of people already don't like eyeballs at the best of times, but adding pus onto the end of that, it just makes it sound 10 times worse, and it's really gross and scary. Coming in at number 9, and you should never Google how to get onto the dark web. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know what the dark web is, but those of you who don't, the dark web is an underground anonymous place where illegal websites and activities take place, including buying drugs, weapons, even a hitman. It's also a breeding ground for pedophiles, which is just disgusting. If you ever Google how to get onto the dark web, you should be very careful, because a lot of people who do visit the dark web get their computers hacked, with the hacker taking full control of the computer and demanding money. You could also accidentally stumble across a dark website where you wish you hadn't. For example, you could click on a link that will take you to a pedophile website, or a website with mutilated bodies, which is just a no-no. So it's best just to not Google this one and stick to the normal web. At number 8, and something you should never Google, is Crocodile. Now, Crocodile is a very toxic and very dangerous drug that has swept mainly Russia by storm. It's a drug similar to heroin, so it's highly addictive to people. Once people start, they will never be able to stop. The worst thing about Crocodile is that when you inject the drug into your body, it starts to produce dark, scaly patches around the skin that resembles a crocodile, hence the nickname of the drug. The drug creates a flesh-eating disease and starts eating away at the skin, which also creates terrible abscesses. It also causes teeth to rot and fall out, and it also attacks the liver and other internal organs. So if you ever do Google Crocodile, you will come across photos of the effects of this drug. And trust me guys, it's not something that you want to see. The photos that I saw while making this video were absolutely disgusting. I saw legs, arms, even groins rotting away. On the other hand though, I suppose looking at these photos could stop future young people delving into this drug. But guys, just be prepared for a sick bucket. At number 7, and you should never Google Jiggers. Now, Jiggers are basically sand fleas that burrow into your skin, usually the feet, causing a huge infestation within the skin that can spread very quickly and cause really bad swelling. While I was researching this one, I could not stop itching. A jigger infestation can be very painful to the person involved, and if you do Google Jiggers, then you better be prepared for a load of gross feet images. The photos of these infestations in the feet show dirty looking holes, and you mark my word, you will not be able to stop itching if you do Google this. So guys, save yourself the hassle and don't. At number 6, and you should never Google Gein Leather. Now, Gein was an American serial killer who gruesomely killed a lot of people, and his crimes literally shock the world to this day. Not only did he go around killing people, but he also dug up dead corpses from local graveyards. He would literally dig up the graves of recently buried middle-aged women that he thought resembled his dead mother, and he ended up taking the bodies home. After Gein's second murder in the 19s was traced back to him, police officers went to his home and found some of the most disgusting and disturbing things imaginable. The police officers found a decapitated dead body in a cupboard, and they also found household objects made out of human skin. Some of the other things found in Ed Gein's house included a trash can and several chairs upholstered in human skin, a belt and corset of severed nipples, and human skulls made into bowls. Now, the reason why you should never Google Ed Gein Leather is because photos of this horrific discovery are on the internet. And trust me guys, it's some of the most horrific images that I've ever seen, and my heart goes out to the poor victims. At number 5, and you should never Google Calculus Bridge. Now you might be wondering, what the hell is Calculus Bridge? Well, Calculus Bridge is a buildup of tartar that forms on top of old plaque on teeth that has already hardened. Now this is just absolutely gross, and apparently this can happen to anyone who doesn't brush their teeth in just a couple of weeks. Now I'm really big on keeping my mouth nice and clean and healthy, and I absolutely hate bad breath and bad hygiene, so this is literally one of my worst nightmares. So when Calculus Bridge happens, it can be extremely painful for the person, but not only that, Calculus Bridge carries a massive amount of harmful bacteria and can be extremely dangerous. I wouldn't recommend googling this because all it will make you want to do is rush to the bathroom and brush your teeth, and then you'll end up booking a dentist appointment for a checkup. Yuck. Can you imagine how bad that breath would smell? At number 4 now, and you really shouldn't Google Jabril Cease sporting injury. Now I think some of you may know what's about to come. So Cease is a former French professional footballer, and during one match a freak accident happened during a game. While Cease was running with a ball, there was a tackle, and this resulted in a double leg break which got caught on live TV, and now it's all over the YouTube for you to see. If you Google this, then you will see some of the most horrific sporting injuries, not only from Cease but from other professional footballers too. And guys, it really grossed me out while I was researching this for the video. Literally it made my legs and ankles tingle with terror, and it literally made me squirm. Seeing a leg facing the wrong way or a leg bending in ways that it shouldn't is just a massive no-no for me, and this is why I could never work in a hospital. Fair play and a massive shout out to all the nurses, paramedics and doctors out there. At number 3, and you really should never Google hit by a train. Now this one just should be pretty obvious. Someone getting hit by a train, whether if it's a suicide or if it's just a tragic accident, you're not going to be seeing pleasant images or videos on Google. Thanks to today's technology and cameras pretty much everywhere, anything and everything is caught on camera these days. So it's no surprise that someone getting hit by a train is on Google. When I did the research for this video, I came across a photo and a video of someone who tried to jump in front of the train, and the train actually knocked this person back into the area where all the other people were waiting for the train, and this person was thrown with such force that they were chopped in half when they hit a post in the train station. And guys, I'm never gonna get that image out of my head, so please just don't ever Google this. At number 2 now, and we have the hammer murderers. Now some of you may have heard about a video that circulated the internet called 3 Guys and a Hammer. Well, this video was part of a horrific string of murders in Ukraine. There was 2 19-year-old murderers, and they would film their murders to keep, and the one infamous video of 3 Guys and a Hammer ended up getting leaked onto the internet. Now the 7 to 8 minute video shows the 2 19-year-olds attacking and killing a homeless guy with a hammer in the woods. It's absolutely horrific, and the video is still somewhere on the internet to this day. But what the killers didn't realise that in this video, while they're walking back to the car, their camera was still filming, and the camera actually recorded the number plate of the vehicle that they were using, which is how they eventually got caught. So the 2 19-year-olds were arrested and charged with 21 murders. So guys, just don't ever Google this one, not even out of curiosity, because you will come across the video and you will regret watching it. Just leave it where it is and just be thankful that the killers finally got brought to justice. And at Craig's top spot number 1, and you shouldn't Google the murder of Tim McLean. So in 2008, a Canadian called Tim McLean was returning home after working at a fair in Alberta. He ended up catching a Greyhound bus, and about 7 hours into the journey, the bus picked up another passenger called Vince Lee. Now, Vince Lee sat next to Tim on the bus, and when Tim fell asleep, Vince Lee pulled out a large knife and started stabbing Tim in the neck and chest over and over again. The bus driver realised what was going on and pulled over, and the bus driver got all the passengers off the bus as soon as he could, and he called the police, while Vince Lee carried on stabbing Tim to death. When the shocked passengers were off the bus, Vince decided to decapitate Tim, and the passengers saw this happen from a distance through the window of the bus. Vince then took Tim's head and walked to the door of the bus to show everyone, and he then walked back into the bus and decided to start chopping off the rest of Tim's body, including his ear, tongue, nose and eyes. After a 4-hour standoff with the police, Vince was finally tasered, and they found other parts of Tim's face in Vince's pockets, while some other body parts were never found, as Vince had actually eaten them. It's a very dark and disturbing story that isn't for the faint-hearted, and you really shouldn't go googling the full story, because what I've covered in this video is just the tip of the iceberg. Not only that, but apparently some of the photos of the body parts that were found have been leaked somewhere on the internet, and I don't think that would be a sight anyone would want to see, so don't ever Google this one. And that was 10 scary and gross things you should never Google. So guys, what did you think of my list? Is there something on this list that you have Googled? Is there something on this list that is going to prompt you to Google out of curiosity? Let me know in the comments box below. Okay guys, if you're still here, then thank you all for sticking around. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, stay safe, and I'll see you all again very soon.